Hi everyone, welcome to a new segment of Getting Down to Business. We're here with Pete at PM Medical Supplies in Wilkes-Barre. Pete, welcome and thank you for talking with us today. This is a new location for you. You've basically moved from Mountaintop.
You're right. We started in Mountaintop in 2006, and it was a very small business, really just with me alone, working out of an office that was attached to my home. And then we also started the Stairglide company, which is Accessibility Advantage. We are the AmeriGlide distributors for Northeast Pennsylvania down through Allentown. So we moved into 1104 Highway 315, about a 1,200 square foot showroom. And then after about 4 years, our expansion continued. So we moved here to 1335 Highway 315, which is about 5,000 square feet. You know, there are so many people that have to carry oxygen with them. And, you know, think about trying to set up a vacation where you have to fly and you have to be FAA compliant, and then you go to a medical equipment dealer. When you get to your destination, you rent tanks. Here's an example of what many people have to drag around with them. This is an oxygen tank. And, you know, the limitations are certainly, number one, this will run out. And so you'll have no oxygen after, say, 4 hours at 4 liters of flow.
Right.
The solution that I have is this. This is called the OxyGo. It is made by Inogen. This is an actual concentrator. So this produces oxygen rather than just being consumed. It can be plugged into a cigarette lighter if you're driving. It can be plugged into a wall socket. So it's very portable, very easy. You can put it on your shoulder. You can walk around with it like this. You can put it in a backpack. So this is a great solution for people who need to have oxygen at all times.
It definitely is a big difference than having to carry that or pull that tank around.
Yes, absolutely.
So many people are in pain, and in light of the opioid epidemic, give us some solutions for chronic pain.
Sure. One of the things that we do, we use electrotherapy. Electrotherapy is non-invasive. When you think about pain, you've got 31 sets of nerves coming out of your spinal column, and they send electric messages to your brain telling you that you have pain. So what we do is use sticky electrodes that are attached to this small device, and we put them on either side of your spinal cord depending upon where your pain is. This sends the electric message that confuses the pain message. It's called the pain gate theory. It's almost like your spinal cord is a train track, and the train is running straight to your brain, and then the conductor pulls a switch and it goes off. That's what we do with this. So completely non-invasive, and yet it helps you to manage chronic pain.
Okay. Tell us about some of the other unique products that you have available.
Well, at PM Medical, we do a lot of work with patients who have lymphedema. Lymphedema is a serious situation where the lymphatic fluid starts to escape the system and you start getting swelling. So one of the things that we do is to use a compression pump. And the compression pump is something that you can do at home. The patient gets to treat themselves rather than necessarily having to go to a clinic, because while the clinicians are absolutely phenomenal and they open up the lymphatic system, the problem is that you only get 22 visits depending upon your insurance. But lymphedema is for life. So this is a solution where a patient can actually treat themselves. And by the way, this product, like the TENS unit that you just saw, is an American-made product. This is made in Moonachie, New Jersey, and the Medical Life Systems product is made in Vista, California. So this is another component to what we do. We also do specialty garments for lymphedema and venous insufficiency. These garments are Velcro-type garments that are much easier to put on than a stocking of a high compression. Now, we do sell compression stockings as well, but this is a more specialized product. And we do pediatrics. Now, this is JoJo the jellyfish. And then this is our doggy net. Our most popular pediatric nebulizer, because when you think about a child having to take an inhalation therapy and seeing a machine, imagine this to be the machine. Well, not as friendly, but this is like a toy.
Right.
And so while they get their treatment, they're not concerned and afraid of it. So one other thing that I'd like to talk to you about, because the next segment you'll be talking with Cliff about home products, and one of the things to keep you safe at home is this Freedom Alert by LogicMark. And the Freedom Alert is somewhat different from many other products on the marketplace. You don't have to have a monthly subscription for this product. It's designed so that you can program it to call a nurse. You can program it to call your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, whomever you wish. You can set 4 phone numbers in here, and if you get an answering machine, it just moves on to the next number because you have to acknowledge it by pressing 5 to say, yes, I'm accepting the call. It works in the shower, it works up to 600 feet, so you can go out and do gardening in the yard and feel safe that you're going to have some way of getting in touch with help. It also will default to 911 if the 4 programmed numbers don't get an answer. So just another one of the little unique products that we have to keep people safe in their home.
Okay, great. Some great solutions. How about renting? Do you have some rental?
As a matter of fact, we do. We rent items like we will rent wheelchairs, we rent scooters, power chairs, and we also rent knee walkers for podiatric surgery. Another thing that we do, we will rent stair glides, and that is something that I think you'll see in the next few minutes.
Okay. When we came in, you did show us a clinical room.
Yes.
Can you tell us what goes on there?
Yeah, we get people that come in here to be set up on TENS units or lymphedema pumps or measured for garments, for stockings. And so, rather than having them out in the showroom, we've got a space where we've got a specialized chair, we have a table for doing traction devices, because we also do cervical traction devices. So we have a space where we can close the door, very private, and set you up on your product so that you're trained and comfortable with how to use it. It's one of the things that we do that may be a little different. We do an in-service for every product. So when you walk out of here, or if I go to your home with a lymphedema pump, when we're done, you know exactly what's going on. And then the other thing that we do is we make a follow-up call the next day to make sure that you know what you're doing with it. And we give you a business card, we have a sticker attached to each product with our phone number, and then you get a pen with our phone number. So there's no way that you can't say you can't find us.
Right. Okay, Pete, solutions for someone in a power chair who doesn't want to be in a minivan. This is the wow part. When I came in and saw this, I was very impressed. Talk to me a little bit about
Tracy,
that.
We've got such a great solution. We are the ATC conversion dealer for Ameriglide in Northeast Pennsylvania. And what we do is take a full-size truck, and we do Chevrolet Silverados, we can do Cadillac Escalades, we can do GMC Sierras. We convert these trucks so that you can drive your power chair onto a platform, and then it will lift you into the truck and your door will close. It looks like a straight truck. It doesn't look like it's been modified. The trucks that we have, and the one that we have inside right now, is a Chevy Silverado that has a towing package. It has the off-road package. So if you're a person who likes to be out in the outdoors, in the woods, and you can go with this truck. We don't lose any ground clearance. And think about northeastern Pennsylvania. We get a little bit of snow. And from what I understand, this year we're going to get a lot of snow. So having a four-wheel drive vehicle is something that is almost a necessity in this area. But before this ATC conversion truck, there was nothing but a minivan. And they're low to the ground, they don't do well in the snow. You have a ramp that's going to fold out and it takes up quite a bit of space. When you see the solution that we have, you're going to be very impressed. Accessibility Advantage is the AmeriGlide distributor for Northeast Pennsylvania, as well as the ATC Conversions Company. So what I want to talk about today is ATC conversions. If you are in either this chair or this chair, the odds are very good that you're driving a minivan. If you don't want to drive a minivan, there is another option that gives you a great deal of freedom. That is the ATC conversion truck. This is an example of a four-wheel drive, tow package ready, off-road package truck. But what makes this absolutely unique is the ability for you to use this from a power chair or a wheelchair. You'll see the gull wing door opens up wide, and then the seat articulates out and down to the ground, making it easy for you to drive your power chair onto the vehicle and then articulate back up and in. I'm going to tell you now a little bit about how we convert these vehicles. They go out to Indiana to the factory, and then the factory will take the stock vehicle, they'll reinforce the roof line, and that allows them to fuse the door so that we can have this gull wing door. They lower the pan about 4 inches and then raise the suspension so that you don't lose any ground clearance. You've got the ground clearance of a stock off-road Chevrolet truck. The next thing that happens is that they put in a hydraulic system to allow the seat to articulate up and back in. So one of the things that's significant about the hydraulics is that you don't have to have a specialized mechanic. If something were to go wrong, anybody can work on this hydraulic system. So although this vehicle is completely converted for a handicapped accessible vehicle, you don't lose a tremendous amount of space. You have a back seat because the hydraulics are underneath. You have the front seat, and you have the other side that's opened up as well. So you don't really lose space on this vehicle, and we can also do the conversion on the passenger side so that anybody can drive this vehicle. And if you put the chair in, you can still use hand controls and then disable them for someone to drive it without using hand controls.
We have a very exciting new product in our Accessibility Advantage division. It is a pneumatic vacuum elevator. It's different from cab elevators in as much as you don't have to put in a hoistway or a pit, and it's almost a piece of artwork for your home. We bring this tube into your house, cut a hole in the floor to match up the tube, and then drop the top part down onto the bottom and put the vacuum at the top. It can be done in two different ways, with the vacuum directly on the tube, or we can put it into an attic to make it even quieter than it already is. This elevator comes in 3 sizes: a 1-person, 2 people, or a wheelchair with an attendant. There are a variety of different colors. This is made in the United States. It's made in Florida. So we can put one of these in your home in about 1 week's time.
When it comes to finding the right product for whatever your needs, contact Pete or Cliff at PM Medical and AmeriGlide.
You can reach us at 570-445-9214. That's 570-445-9214.